What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. Welcome to the Vincent Oshana Show. I am your host, Vincent Oshana. Guys, we have so much to talk about today. I'm going to just start introducing everybody. First, on my left, on the Control-Alt-Delete, the very lovely, the very beautiful, the very talented Kelly Arnold. Give her a round of applause, everybody! Thank you! Yeah, just, guys, and again, because we are crushing it, the home team is in the casa. First, to my left, she's back, the beautiful singer, writer, just a vessel from God to make everybody happy. Give it up for Christie Pradas, everybody! There she is. And this guy, listen, rapper, bartender, philosopher, we were in the bathroom, urinal next to each other, and he was like, Vinny, you know life is, and I'm like, all right, this isn't the time for it. But ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause for Shamari CNS. Give it up for Shamari.
Yo, it's good to be back.
Guys, I'm crazy. I'm excited because, yo, there's a lot of shit going on. We're going to cover a lot of topics. Trump got indicted again. He's like fucking Tupac. Tupac wasn't even in trouble that many times. The fires in Hawaii and how Joe Biden can literally care less. He's on vacation, doesn't give a shit, doesn't want to talk about it. And there's a spider in Austria that's bite has the craziest side effect. We'll talk about that. Guys, stay tuned because it's going to be, trust me, guys, you're going to want to hear what this thing does. But that being said, we're going to move on to our first segment. And you guys know it. It's called What the Funk. Oh, they turned it on. They turned the, I thought I was going to be able to see. Oh, there I am. All right, guys, for all you guys that watch, you guys know what we're going to do. What the Funk. Kelly's going to play a bunch of clips that she found on Instagram of just people doing stupid shit, and we're going to respond because that's how we roll, all right? Kelly, roll it!
Rolling.
What the hell?
Oh, this is going to be, is it going to, no.
Oh,
yes.
Shoot. Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Wow. Dude.
Beautifully
That
edited.
was amazing. Yes, Kelly. Dude.
Can you imagine
Look at the guy at the bottom.
Guy should have tried to punch him in the nuts.
That's impressive.
Bro.
I had a dream I was that.
We can't even, listen, me and Maverick can't even get in the car at the same time because of the clicker thing.
I would have punched the dude in the nuts.
Wait.
Oh, darling.
No.
That guy's not
my
alive
God.
anymore.
Oh
He's not
my
alive anymore, Kelly.
gosh. Oh
He's
my
not alive
God.
anymore.
Oh.
He had
Gotta
to
get
be
him
dead.
some milk.
Oh my God.
That guy's dead.
I feel it.
That motherfucker is not real.
I feel it.
All right, go ahead. Oh, Kelly, what is that? Go back to when cats attack. Dude, it bit his asshole?
That's why I'm not a cat person.
Wait,
Yeah, I'm not a cat person.
Wait for it, wait for it.
Oh, wait. Oh, look. It's coming back! Oh,
That one still has some lion in him.
guys, they're domesticated my ass.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
Don't
I'm
leave
a
me
dog.
for dead.
I'm a dog guy.
Oh, no.
Is that Ricky?
Oh my God, no. That's how Christopher Reeves
By
got
the way, yeah, that's how Christopher lost it. By the way,
Mexican Superman.
Yo, do you think? Look at that guy.
Oh no,
By the way,
no. That's terrible.
I don't know what language that is, but they're like, oh shit, he's in bad shape.
I think it was Spanish.
That's not.
No, it was
I
like
didn't understand a lick.
right. What's going on here?
Oh, I saw
no,
this.
no.
Oh, that's a bright line. That's Florida.
See, but
Miami.
Oh, look at the girl got out the car. She's
That's in
running.
Miami.
Does she
There's
have
like
pants
two
on?
angles of this.
Oh.
You gotta see it. There's one where you get it from her side where she's coming out the car
And on the other
just in
side?
time.
Oh my God,
man.
dude.
That's
Only in
terrifying.
Florida. Only in Dade.
I
All
love it.
right, Dodge?
Only in Dade, yeah. Oh my God.
What? Okay.
Hermano.
Oh.
By the way,
I felt that.
that.
Oh my God, my back is broken.
Oh my God, but he walked away, so he's
Her
good.
husband came home too soon.
Yeah, exactly. Go ahead, Cal.
Oh my.
Wait, why would they do
elderly
that?
That's the airbag, right?
Oh my, that's play that again. Oh, they put an airbag on this. Dude,
Was
He looks
hilarious.
so comfy too.
Oh. I love how they did it in slow-mo. Oh my God.
he's like 70, bro.
No, he was chilling. You could see him by the posture.
Probably dead now.
He's dead. Dodge,
He
dude, you
doesn't
know
need
mad
to
out
see a
me? That shit's
chiropractor
not
anymore.
funny, bro. Go ahead, Cal.
Oh,
But it
my
is.
God.
No, this is already stupid.
Oh! Nah. Bro, my heart. Oh.
Oh my God.
Is that out of the port of Miami?
Oh, that's Miami.
Looks like it.
You know that you could die like
Bro,
that,
you can
right?
die. If it hits your stomach, that's not smart.
Oh no. It
right, go
had to be
ahead.
a Florida guy.
My girl tries to relive her childhood memories.
Why'd you
And listen.
My God.
shit?
The centripetal force was too.
You know that when there's a crackhead laughing at you.
That guy kills me.
Oh, wow.
Oh my god! Oh my! Oh god!
Okay,
I'm
time
sorry.
out. Like
No.
Because here's my thing. He's already paralyzed. How much more do you want to hurt and break?
Double whammy.
What are you doing, guy?
I mean, it can't get any worse.
No, well, yes, it can. His arms were. Kelly, play that the first part again.
I can't.
What?
I can't.
Listen. Oh, shoot.
He went from paraplegic to quadriplegic.
It's that
Like
camera
that.
angle. It's that camera
Yeah,
angle.
oh my God. It'd be funny if they showed up to him and he's like, I can't feel my legs. And he's like, gotcha. I already couldn't. Go ahead, Cal.
Okay, that's it.
Oh, he's a European. Good.
Was that Ulrich?
Good for you. Was that Ulrich?
Right off.
Was that Ulrich?
I miss
We
you,
miss
Ulrich.
you,
We
Ulrich.
love you, Ulrich. All right, go ahead, Cal. Oh, this is the Beirut thing?
Oh no.
Yo!
This is like
Yo!
it's coming. Oh.
Oh, okay, time out, guys. Dodge, the scariest that, you have to show that again. If a nuke ever goes off, that's what it's gonna look like. Look. Oh my God. And look, the blast is coming.
Yeah, it's so delayed. It's
Oh my
crazy.
God, bro. That gets my stomach. Oh shit, that's crazy. Go ahead, Cal.
Heck?
Oh, but
What were they?
that.
What are they trying to do? That's the goal. What?
Yeah,
what was
what
the
were
goal?
Just
they?
trying to get flipped into a handstand or something like that.
That's called stupid. I love that we heard it. Go ahead, Cal.
No, she really
fell on the
messed up.
ground.
She fell
Ouch.
so hard on her back. Everybody's messing up their
Everybody's
backs.
messing up their backs. I can't do none of that.
Already
but I
a
meant
dummy.
the-
What is he? What is he doing?
Go!
He lost
What is-
control.
By the way, it's a swimming pool. What is that? Is that
I
a
think
pool? Oh, it's a
skating
skate park.
Yeah,
Looks
yeah.
like.
Guess
I
what?
can't believe he got to stand up after that.
He's what an idiot.
Let go.
Guys, you only
Let
get
go.
one back.
Yeah, you have one back, and that's it.
That's it.
Go ahead, Cal.
What?
Oh, is that Maverick? Oh!
No, Maverick's the one on the floor.
Maverick's on the floor. Maverick, is this you? Show that again, Kelly. That had to hurt his cheek.
Tea time.
Oh!
Tea time.
Ouch.
Ouch.
And that's
All
all
right,
we have.
that's it.
Woo!
Thank you, guys.
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah, I feel like the Vincent Oshana guy.
Those were good.
That was
Those were intense.
We had like 9 more, but me and Kelly were like, dude, we don't want to. We can show those all day. There is no shortage of stupid people doing dumb shit
Yeah.
on the internet. You
You'll
know that's
never
always
run
going to
out.
be there. But all right, guys, moving on. As you guys all know, at home in this building, abortion is one of the hottest topics, I think, out right now. And Dodge,
Lord, I know about it.
And there's an argument when it comes to abortion. And is it murder? Is it not? Is it real? Is it a baby when you hear the heartbeat? When can we, when's a trimester and all that stuff? So that being said, I actually last week solved the entire abortion debate with Kelly and Maverick in less than 1 minute. We recorded it. Some of you guys might get mad, but guess what? I don't care. Kelly, show it to him, please.
Vince for president.
My name is Vincent Oshana. Today we're going to solve the abortion debate in less than 1 minute. But before we do so, let's list the main issues when it comes to abortion, shall we? First, when does life begin? Is it when the sperm enters the egg, or is it when the heart starts to beat? Second, is it her body, her choice, or does the government have a say? That being said, here's how we solve the debate. It's very simple. Ready? Ladies, stop being f***ing whores, okay? If it's your body, your choice, why don't you start being choosier who you let inside your body? Or take the pill, or close your legs, it's that simple. And fellas, condoms, okay? Condoms, condoms, condoms. Use them, all right?
use this video.
Pinch and roll. I know it feels way better having that flesh pirate fighting in that cave with no armor, but grow up, all right? Or pull out, or bust in the sink. All of these options are better than you killing something that one day might grow up and cure cancer. I almost had a heart attack right there. Well, you see anal on the top left? That about wraps it up. And so should you. Join me next week when we solve the gun debate in less than 1 minute. Goodbye, horse. But listen, thank you. Listen, guys, it's not rocket science. It's like everybody. We always want to go forward to like what. When is it 3 months and 4 months? How about this? Just be smarter so you don't have to get to the abortion. How about that? And I hate when people, you know, the argument is all the time. What about when you're raped? And okay, listen. They act like that's the number one. The main people getting pregnant are the rapees.
Yeah, it's such a minuscule percentage.
It's a small ass percentage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Damn. So you guys are like I think that solves it.
I mean, that's just the problem, though. Like, people want to have sex without responsibility.
That's it.
That's the whole aspect about this, is that people just want to, people think that casual sex is just, you know, it's a fallacy. There's nothing casual about it. I mean, it's a really intimate moment, and the whole point of it is procreation. So there's a lot of responsibility attached to that, and people just don't want to be held accountable.
Shut up, Dodge.
People don't want to be held accountable.
Oh, no, 100%.
And that's the whole problem about this.
What do you think, Shamari?
Man, I like raw sex.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be honest with you. That's a bad way to start. But the truth is, and you said it in the video, you got to use a condom, or you got to be ready to go do the plan B. You got to be able to go do something.
And that's
else with
it.
And then you got to be able to take the responsibility that comes after that. Because there's you know, a story. Funny enough, right? So there's one time I go in, no condom, and it was a great time, but then the after effect of it is we got to run over to Walgreens and go get a plan B.
Plan B,
you know, but you got to take those steps, and I always say you got to have effing money, effing time, and effing energy.
But that's the problem. People want to take responsibility or do something after the fact. You're supposed to be responsible even prior to.
Yep.
That's what nobody thinks before. You have these certain percentages of what could happen. You have to be realistic about them, and you have to take ownership of it.
I agree.
Whatever the circumstance may turn out to be. That's no longer
It was a long 2 weeks till she got her period.
Here's my question. How old are you when this was?
24, 25.
Okay, and here's my thing. Especially, I'm expecting, because the younger generation are the ones that are just going in there, messed up and killing this thing. Like, who knows? What if when you do die and there is a moment of judgment and God's like, oh, just FYI, here's a list of because dude, I know a girl that's had 4 abortions, like literal. Like, what are you doing? And going back to you, Christie, be more responsible. And my point, I do make a point. What if that kid that you're just Xing out, that you don't think is a kid because whatever, it's not talking, it's not walking. What if that thing might be doing something to help humanity sometime down the line, but you're just like, nah.
I don't know. I don't know if I like that argument, because there's a lot of nuts that have been busted that weren't inside of a woman, that maybe that one little sperm cell could have turned out to be the next president of the United States. But I wouldn't want to add. But guess what? I don't want to be adding to that crazy that mix of whatever it could be. Because I'm telling you right now, like I said, the older I've gotten, no more just crazy, just for nothing sex. I'm being dead serious. Even masturbating, bro, I feel real. I blocked every porn. I'm not joking, bro. God's my witness. Excellent. I blocked every porn. I can't, not on my phone, not on my computer. What? Not like I'm sitting there trying to like firewall and go around it. Dodge, I'm telling you right now, it's so much clearer. It's so much, don't get me wrong. When I look at women and stuff, I'm obviously like, oh my God, I'm going nuts for them. But it's that self-control that people don't have, that it's not easy. No, it's obviously not easy, but like, especially like where I'm at in my life, I'm like, that person has to be somebody that I'm going to have to be really serious with.
Does your urge go down? Can you control it?
The urge, I mean, don't get me wrong, Dodge. I do catch myself a lot now just looking at girls like.
Might get worse. Yeah. If you don't have an outlet.
But
go.
I was
just going to say, my whole thing is that nobody talks about how that affects society. For men, pornography greatly affects their relationships, the way that they could remain, what's the word?
Hard?
No. Hard.
No, that's true.
No, it affects your psyche. It affects how they see women. Nobody also talks about how women get affected from abortions, the psychological toll that affects them when they get older. Maybe not at the moment when they're desperate to find a quick solution, but later on, there's so many women who immediately regret having their abortions, and they say that if they could go back, they would absolutely have the child or give it up to parents who are willing to take care and love the child. So nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about pornography affecting men and their relationships.
Bad, Chrissy, bad.
Yeah, and their sex lives. It's a complete fallacy. So we're just getting taught that pornography is healthy, that abortions, you know, they're just like, they're like Skittles. You can like do it anywhere, have them anywhere. And that's not the case, and it's affecting.
I agree, and say what you want. She's making amazing points, and the fact that porn is just you know how many guys, younger guys, aren't leaving the house. They're not doing shit. They're not trying to holler at girls because guess what? I don't need you. I'll go home and the future is Mari. The future is Daji. It's robots and it's this and it's gonna be like what?
Future is bright.
Yeah, dude. Freaking Dodge. But yo, so this actually goes to my next story, Chris. I read this is random, bro. I'm writing. I'm doing all the notes for the show about abortion, and then this story pops up from a Nigerian doctor. This is a 3-year-old story. Kelly, can you put this up, my love? Yep. A Nigerian doctor, I'm going to mess up his name, Dr. Oluyinka Olutoye, cut a woman's baby out of her womb at 23 weeks old, successfully operated on it, took out a tumor, and then put the baby back in the mother and delivered it healthy after 36 weeks. Like, can you think about this? Meanwhile, people are out there offing kids. This doctor took the baby out, fixed it and put it back in. Like I read this and I was like, what a flip side of the coin where you're like,
bless modern science on
dude,
that one,
modern science and this doctor, what an amazing, could you imagine that, Christy? Like they're like, the baby's out, we're gonna, fix the recipe a little bit and put it back
Where's
in
that, Nigeria?
In Nigeria.
He's gonna be a great runner one day.
That's the difference.
Yeah. And I looked it up. This guy's really he's like one of the top in his fetus surgery, whatever. But then you hear that story, and I'm like, you know what? While people are just lining up to kill these babies, this guy's cutting them out, fixing them, and putting them back in.
I don't know, man. I've had a lot of conversations with different women that are very comfortable with abortion. You know what I mean? Like girls that have had 4 or 5 of them.
That's not good. I don't think that's
brings
good.
their friends to go get one.
Jeez.
It's like.
Well, let me tell you
something.
something.
Some people, it doesn't really affect them, and I think that's the thing. We sit from maybe
that's
this
a complete
perspective.
lie. That's a complete lie, by the way.
Yeah,
they don't show it publicly.
They don't
Exactly.
show it.
They don't
show it. But I'm telling you right now,
don't.
bro. When you sleep at night,
Because
you're thinking about that thing.
And let me tell you something. The pro-life movement is literally a majority of a diverse group of women. Women who are out there, who are protesting for the pro-life movement. It is a diverse group of all different ethnicities, all different religious backgrounds. They are the ones in that movement because either some of them have had abortions and have regretted it and do not want that for the future generations to come, or I don't know.
You guys are against abortion. Is that what we're saying here?
My whole thing is
I'm pro-choice.
I'm pro-life because I feel like that's part of the decision is that everybody has the right, every human has the right to life until natural death. That is the whole movement. That's the whole decision. So
you've never had a pregnancy scare?
It doesn't matter whether I've had a pregnancy scare
don't
or
have
not.
sex,
That's not the fact. You have to be responsible. You have to be responsible to the fact that if something does happen, you take ownership for it. You have to be responsible prior to it, not after, when you're like 2 weeks late or whether you're a week late. That's not when you like that. Then that just shows that you're not responsible enough to be having sex in the first place. If you cannot face the real realities of being pregnant, of having a child, that's the whole point of sex between a man and a woman. Then you're not ready to have sex.
Well, I kind of
you shouldn't be having sex with a person that you don't see yourself having a child with. And that's what society wants. They want casual sex. They want, just, pull out method or just abortion, like abort a child. That is not your right anymore. Once there is insemination, there is the right to the potential of life there. And that human has a right just as much as the woman does.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, that's why you can pull that. So, and then this goes to my next thing, RFK. Like, everybody's always waiting for one of these presidential, candidates to mess up.
Abortion statement,
yeah, Kelly, you could put this one up. He backtracked recently on his abortion thing, or his campaign did. So via the New York Times, RFK backtracked on his support on federal abortion ban. Kennedy said he would sign a ban after 3 months gestation, but his campaign quickly reversed his comments. RFK said Sunday that he supported the federal ban on abortion after the first trimester of pregnancy, then quickly backtracked, underscoring both his ideology, uncomfortable position within the Democratic primary field, and the deep salience of abortion in next year's election. And you know what that says to me? They realize, oh my God, wait, we're gonna lose votes? No, kill them. Kill that thing in your stomach.
Is there, because I didn't see it. Is there a video of him stating that? Or that
there is. He might not have understood the question.
Because that's my whole thing. Now that he's getting some traction, even with Republicans, I feel like publications or media like the New York Times are going to try to do anything to backpedal or to make people look at him twice and be like, oh, wait, so he's not actually for these things that I believe in, and cause that kind of ruckus.
I think he's blindsided.
That's what I'm thinking.
You think he's what?
Because I saw the clip and the reporter was kind of mumbling, and I think he was blindsided because initially, if he does support a 12-week ban, that is very different than the 6-week ban, for example, Ron DeSantis supports. But I don't think he fully picked up on the reporter's questions. It was very loud, and he kind of was giving almost a yes or no, elaborating a little, but just said that he wanted a federal ban, but that could be a much later ban than the 12 weeks. So yeah, I think the media wants to try to pigeonhole him as more conservative than he actually is.
The transcript in the article says the reporter asks, "So would you cap it at 15 weeks?" "Yes," Mr. Kennedy said. "Or 21 weeks?" "Yes, 3 months," he said. "So 3 months you would sign a federal cap on that?" the reporter said. "Yes, I would," Mr. Kennedy said.
And the federal cap would mean what? That you would no longer be allowed to have the abortion? Is that
3 months?
15 weeks is different than 3 months.
Yeah.
So I think he meant 15 weeks.
Yeah, because I think when does the baby, the fetus, start feeling pain and death? Like, when does it happen? What, Kelly?
Did you know that at 6 weeks, your baby has a heartbeat?
Wow. In 6 weeks.
So, like, my ex and I had talked about this before because he was, like, pro-abortion. And then I said, so when is it okay for you to have an abortion? And he goes, 3 months. And I said, well, why do you make that decision? When the baby gets a heartbeat. And I, pulled up Google, and I'm like, did you know that at 6 weeks is when your baby has a heartbeat?
Well, then I think that's a good time.
Whoa.
6 weeks.
Guys have no idea. People don't understand developing babies. Like, they have a heartbeat at 6 weeks. 3 months, they're like the size of a whatever it is, cantaloupe, lemon, whatever.
Yeah.
People are just making decisions like my ex that are just like, oh, 3 months because blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, what does that mean, though? When they have a heartbeat, when they have, like, organs.
Yep. And
6 weeks, people.
Heartbeats are different than organs.
And listen, and I get we sometimes try to joke around and try to be. I think, personally, Christie made probably the most valid point is, like, instead of getting to the abortion, let's back the hell up, start having better decisions, and be a smarter person.
So,
right, Kelly, am I right?
100%.
And realistically,
it's about safe sex. It's about responsible sex. It's about using safe sex practices and making condoms and education accessible for people, especially in lower income communities. It's about responsibility and taking ownership rather than you just killing someone because you messed up.
And also questioning the media, too, because they'll make it seem like there's not healthcare options for people, for young women who become pregnant and don't have a place to go or a place to give their baby. There are so many facilities and organizations, even Catholic churches, that help mothers in need or mothers-to-be that don't know where to go, where to turn, where to get proper resources. So as long as we continue to, like, do our research independently rather than trust what the media is telling us, we're able to find better resources for these girls who feel like they have nowhere to go. You absolutely do. Your baby absolutely has a chance for people who can love it, who can take care of it, who can give it a proper home, and you can continue with your life.
Yep.
It's just people making excuses and people not wanting to become responsible, and you just have to call it what it is. It's all right.
So it sounds like the line here for everybody is don't put the seed in the woman. That's pretty much
not mine, man.
I'm
that
saying
sounds like the line here.
My last point, there's no such thing as a pregnancy scare. You're having sex, pregnancy's a viable option. It's gonna happen.
Yeah,
so
it's
there's
not
no
a
such
scare,
thing as
it's
a
an
pregnancy
inevitability.
scare.
If you're
having sex, you're gonna get pregnant.
Yeah, like the odds of it not happening.
Yeah.
Right? What were you going to say?
Yeah, no, I said this is also like a testament. If you think that it's like, also what the media tells you is that, like, all women are for, like, abortions and, like, the reversal of Roe v. Wade, and that's such an infringement on our rights. Actually, the women here are defending a pro-life decision more than the men.
True, and the man here is pro-choice.
Yeah, exactly.
So it just goes to show you, like, don't believe everything that the media tells you.
I'm pro-choice because it kind of gives us an escape hatch in case of something happening.
Yeah, not wanting to take responsibility.
You know, it is. Shoot, I ain't even gonna lie to you. It is a way to get out of a responsibility.
Yeah, you're being honest. You're being honest.
When that happened with me and that chick, I was definitely not ready to be nobody's pappy.
And at the end of the day, responsible. And at the end of the day, that was the baby that died.
Yeah, and then guys, I don't know if you remember. I think it was you two. What happened with me is I got a girl pregnant. She didn't let me know. A month later, she goes, hey, just giving you a heads up. I didn't want to tell you because I don't know how you would have responded. I got pregnant from you, and I just went ahead and got the abortion. I was like, time out. Yeah. Time out.
I'm sorry, dude.
It's your body, your choice. I 100% respect the woman because that's how God set this up where the women have to do that. You know what I mean? But wait, I don't, isn't that kind of messed up that I didn't even get to have a say in it?
Should have input.
Yeah. No, any input. So like, that's, this is the first time I ever experienced it, obviously.
But were you in a relationship or was it like a one night stand?
Of course I was. No, we were like, it wasn't like every single day I was with this girl, but at least you got to give somebody a heads up because
whether they were in a relationship or not, that's like having sex with someone and not letting them know that you have an STD or something like that. Like,
exactly.
Oh, okay, but we're not in a relationship. Still, you're getting intimate with someone, so you are crossing that line. So if something like that happens, you need to be vocal with your partner. If you were open enough to have sex with this person, to get naked and have sex with this person, how are you not going to report to them on what's going on because of that act? It makes no sense.
Exactly. I don't know. I'd say my responsibility to me comes at not nutting in the woman. It comes from not dropping my seed recklessly.
That's your job. Right? That's
my part of the responsibility. I think once you drop the seed, whatever happens is kind of on the woman. You're supposed to step up and be there for the child if she wants to have it because it's her body, her choice.
Okay.
But beyond that, if she goes and does what that woman did, it's fully in her right to go do it, I think. It's in her.
But here's it is in her.
But there's also a human life there.
That's
it's
more
not
of
in
a
her.
moral.
So you're saying that the person.
That's more of a moral discussion.
So that's a fact. That is literally a human being.
It's not a moral.
It's not a moral. There's a human being. So you're saying that the woman's life is more important than the baby inside her. Are you saying
is your life important if it sucks?
At what point?
If you have horrible parents?
It's just a seed and an embryo.
It is not just a seed.
It's not.
That's where I feel like it is still the woman's choice. Now, when that heartbeat happens, that 6-week thing.
It's science. It's literally a fact. Everybody's saying trust the science. It's literally biological science.
Yeah, and
Thank
you. Kelly's exploding over there.
Eagle eggs are preserved, right? That's not a bird yet. Like you kill that, you get fined, you get thrown in jail, whatever it is.
And they're just eagles.
Human.
Yeah,
it's a human life, and it's a cluster of cells, whatever. And then in 6 weeks, it's gonna have a heartbeat, and then in 3 months, it's gonna have all these organs and like little ears that you could start seeing. Like. It's a life, and you're responsible for it if you have sex. Don't have sex if you don't want a baby.
Yep, and you know what it is too? It's easier to kill that thing. You know why? Because like Kelly just said, it's cells. If it had a face, eyes, ears, and it was looking at it, like it's a whole different decision because it's, mind you, bro, it's the process of it. It's going to become this thing. You stopping it doesn't mean it's gonna become this at some point.
Yeah, but nobody's arguing the fact that we don't want to kill babies. We're just saying don't kill the egg, kill the embryo, kill the
Once the sperm goes in there, bro, that thing is becoming a child.
It's not when we have these discussions. It's not when we have these discussions. It's not a matter of like judging people for it. Again, like it's not we are holier than thou.
Correct.
I completely understand that there are people with different kinds of resources and economic, financial issues. I get all that. What I'm saying is that if you're not responsible or financial enough to bear that responsibility, then you should either refrain from it, try to like be a little more responsible prior to it, or do some research if it does happen to get the proper resources.
But people are stupid like that, and they shouldn't have to be parents. There are ways to get those resources,
and people do not want to do the research, and they're getting pushed on this like you can just abort. And I'm telling you, a very large percentage of women who have abortions end up regretting it because of that, because they don't have the right information. Yep. So it's not about judging people. I know plenty of incredible women who are mothers now, who have children, who are happy that they have their children, who have had it and said, man, I wish I could have saved that child, and have forgiven themselves because they feel the incredible amount of guilt. It's not about judging. It's just about having the proper information in front of you in case that does happen. You do not need to kill a life.
Yep. So guess what? My point on my abortion debate, condoms, or pull out. So, all right, guys, we're going to go to the next story. Kelly, if you could pull this one up. This random Trump was indicted again. this week, bringing the total to 4 and reaching 91 counts. Bro, I know gangsters and murderers that have never been in this much trouble. Like, literally, legit murderers. So, via the New York Times, Special Counsel Jack Smith's federal indictment against former President Donald Trump charges the 45th president with conspiring with 6 others for months to knowingly spread lies, weird that the media, they're saying this, that have been widespread election fraud. The indictment, the 3rd criminal case against Trump, alleged that his unfounded claims that he had, in fact, actually defeated President Biden, culminated in the violent riot at the Capitol on January 6th. Okay, first of all, let's all be clear with something. He wasn't trying to overturn an election. You know what? He was trying to see if they cheated again.
Right.
Like, how many times have they cheated?
How many videos of like ballot harvesting?
Yo, Christie, Christie, ballot harvesting. Hillary Clinton trying to say that he didn't win with Russia collusion. FBI colluding with Twitter, trying to shut stories out about Hunter Biden and Joe Biden.
Because of Hillary's campaign.
Because of Hillary's campaign. Yeah. It's like, dude, what is going, like, and here's my message. And this isn't to Republicans or Democrats. This is to the independents. Like, if you don't see what's going on, if you, with your eyes, either you're too dumb or you're just like, whatever, I'm just too proud with my side. It's called cheating, okay? And this is the perfect analogy, Dodge. If all of us, me, you, Kelly, Christie, all of us are racing on Sunday, okay? And I know Dodge is the fastest one. And on Saturday, I get with a cop that I know and a judge that I know, and I'm like, yo, guys, go arrest that asshole, put him in jail because I don't want him to run.
Yeah.
That is cheating. Yeah. That's exactly what's going on. Like, don't you feel like that's what, like,
I absolutely do. I feel like it's just a matter of him asking questions. Like, I remember what happened, and was it with the January 6th thing as well?
What?
Is that what
everything is in it with him saying that, you know, they cheated and overnight. Remember that? You know that graph?
That's part of it, yeah.
You know that graph that showed Trump winning, and then all of a sudden Biden just
2:30 a.m., just like a bunch of,
most votes, more than Barack Obama. But he got more votes than Barack.
I cannot believe they said
No,
that.
you cannot. You cannot. I can't. What about you, Shamari?
I think that Trump has played a game here too. I don't put it all just on the Democrats. Yeah, they're a little crooked, or maybe not even a little. They're a lot crooked. But I think when you have those tapes come out that aired maybe about, I want to say, a year ago, where he's asking and you hear him like, I need those votes, find those votes, find those votes. And he's telling the person from Georgia and that he needs to find these votes. And I'm like,
well, which one? Which one? The ones that were that were harvest?
And
which
George,
ones though?
I think it was him saying. And again, I don't know the whole picture of the tape, but there was a tape of him telling one of the constituents in Georgia.
I love that word, by the way.
I know you do.
Say it one more time.
Constituents in Georgia. One of the people that worked with the balloting and the polling.
Yeah.
That they needed to find these votes. It sounds as though they wanted them to make up votes for him. You understand?
So when you find me 11,000
votes. Again, this is the psyop. This is the psyop. They put this tape out. Now this is where I'm a little bit with like MSNBC might be the devil.
Don't ever say that. Okay.
But they put this tape out, and it sounds incriminating. Yeah. So everything that's being laid out against Trump sounds very incriminating. So me as just somebody in the public watching news, I'm against Donald Trump, and I already feel like he's somebody who abuses his power and abuses his stance.
Okay, here's my question to you. Can you fucking blame him for being furious for when he got elected? Hold on. Before he even got in, the swamp, the machine, the deep state, the DOJ, Hillary Clinton, the FBI, everybody was coming up with fake bullshit to put him in jail. He deserves to be pissed off and not to trust anybody. Would you trust them?
I'd be very pissed off too.
Would you trust anybody after what they did?
He shouldn't.
He shouldn't. So when he's coming up with these allegations, why is this so far-fetched?
But my thing is the narrative that's been painted against him. Yeah, the narrative that's been painted. So you have the insurrection that they're blaming for.
Insurrection. You mean hold on? You mean the guided tour? The guided tour.
Let's lay the narrative out. So you got the insurrection that he caused and pushed and told these people to go do. This is the narrative.
Okay.
Then you got the tape comes out of him telling people in Georgia, go find those damn votes.
Find them. Not create them. Find them. Because they're probably hiding.
And so. And there's a bunch of little other things that they threw in there, the Russian collusion, which you now know is fake. But the narrative that you painted of this guy sounds despicable and sounds horrible, and it makes everybody want to be against you. And we know that if what I say about you, half of it is perception.
100%, but it's
what my belief is now based upon.
But and Christie, and all of you, Dodge, this should scare the shit out of everybody, because, like I said to the independents, you don't see what's happening. They know he's the front runner. And I think Dodge messages when we walked in, all these indictments, it's helping him in the polls. They're boosting him.
It's like his indictments and his popularity.
Yeah, it all blends together now. So now it seems ridiculous.
Well, it's ridiculous, Dodgy. It's ridiculous. Yeah. But here's the thing, guys. Don't ever put it past the Democrats. Don't you ever think that this isn't happening for a reason to put him up here, because he could still be a felon and still run for president. The Democrats always have something up their sleeve.
And then the Democrats, to bring it back to that narrative thing I just painted out, their angle, because what they're trying to stop him from becoming the president. So, right, he can still be president if he gets
100%
jailed,
felony or whatever.
Right? There's no law against that in our Constitution. But based on the 14th Amendment, if there's evidence that he was a part of an insurrection, which we already know they painted the narrative for. If there's anything about, I think there was another thing about if there's evidence of corruption and being involved in it, which is the RICO case. Then they can stop him from being president legally by the 14th Amendment.
And guess what I think would happen? Which they might be setting this up for it, to bring in martial law, a civil war. Because I'm telling you right now, bro, when is enough going to be enough? When are Americans, I'm looking at the Americans, going to stop being pussies and little bitches? Okay, January 6th, bunch of idiots, shaman going to the Capitol, getting pushed in by FBI and all that stuff. They didn't do it the right way. The people have the power. We're the 99%. They're the 1%, the elites. These pieces of shit, these demons, I really think that they're evil. They have us running around worrying about Kim Kardashian or Catch Me Outside or the dumb shit when we are the power. Remember, I think it was last week, Christie, when I said, on Monday, if we all just stopped and said, we're not going to work, we're not getting gas, what are y'all going to do? What are y'all going to do? They have to change it. But we're so running around, and Trump, we said this before the show started, Mari, I never liked Trump. I never liked Trump. When I watched him on The Apprentice, I was like, I
was the same way.
him. I hated him. It didn't have to be Trump. It was just somebody that came in that looked at the system and said that.
And disrupted everything.
And that's all, Daji, as a rebel, that's what it had to be him. Call it God picked him or whatever. But once in a while, God picks some random person to go up there and speak for us and risks it all. Bro, he's a multi-billionaire. What did he need to why did he have to be that guy? Why would you do that?
Because he has a big ego.
No, ego aside, but Dodge, to go through all this, he knew this would come.
Exhausting. This is beyond exhausting. Other level this is exhausting.
And I swear, I wrote something about this. I didn't know I was going to talk about it. Look at Pat. Pat now, Patrick, our CEO, he's starting to be that guy that's opening his mouth, talking that shit. Why does you think Pat needs to? Pat doesn't need. Pat could sit like this for the rest of his life, go on vacation, live his life with his family, beautiful, and help be a humanitarian. Right. He's laying it on the line and risking it all to wake people up, Shamari. And I'm telling you, they haven't attacked Pat yet. They're getting. Pat is being an amazing voice, going on Rogan, pointing out all this shit, and it's only a matter of time till these demons come after Pat and talk shit about him.
There are people in life that are chosen, or not even chosen. I'd want to say there's almost a pre-selection in their own mind to go do something bigger and for a bigger cause and to fight for a higher purpose.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that purpose is God-given. Maybe it's something that develops over childhood when you see injustices and things go on that just doesn't sit right with you.
Yeah.
And I think Trump is one of those people. I've always been a Trump fan. I've always been a PBD fan. I'm a person who, I think these are people that found success in business. They really want to empower other people to find success in life too.
I agree.
And they're tired of being lied to by their own government.
I agree.
I think that's all
to risk it. And to risk it, I appreciate that risk. I appreciate somebody going, you know what? I got all this. I don't need to do anything else. But guess what? I'm going to lay it on the line. And since this indictment, one of the things that boiled my blood and pissed me off the most, Kelly, if you could bring this up, Hillary Clinton just always, another demon just always comes out of the bushes. She just grows like a weed in the grass.
She
just pops up. She's back. She went on
God.
Rachel Maddow's show, and they're laughing. By the way, probably the most corrupt, murderous person that we all know, just people just committing suicide around her left and right. She's on the Rachel Maddow show, which, what a great show and what an amazing girl. Kelly, can you play her and rewind it? Look at that.
Very fancy meeting you here.
I can't believe this.
This is not the circumstances in which I expected to be talking to you.
Is this the View?
Nor me, Rachel. It's always good to talk to you, but honestly, I didn't think that it would be under these circumstances. Yet another set of indictments.
Yeah. This is something very fancy meeting.
All right, pause it. By the way, Kelly, can you go back and pause it with it's a two-shot of them? Sure. Can you go to where it's a two? I just came up with a great idea. Oh my God!
It's like a gossip show.
Yeah, Kelly, can you go to that, Kelly?
Oh.
Can you go? Yeah, play it. Can you play that video? Go right. Stop right there, guys. I just thought of a show. Have a guest in the middle, and we'll call that Between Two Cunts. Oh, what a great show! Between Two Cunts. I hate them. Like, and this is the problem with these type of people. Look at how happy they are. What are you happy about? What are you happy about?
This isn't even journalism anymore.
It's not journalism. It's like The View. We talked about this. The View. Have you ever seen, this is a great point, Kelly. Have you ever seen any host on The View on anybody else's show? No, because you know what? They would eat your stupid ass view alive. Because you're just in your little vacuum. You're in your, and that audience, bro, is the most annoying, dumbest. You can say anything you want. They're like, oh my God, Whoopi's, she's a hero.
That's what they want. That's why they have like the applause on the corner. They're like, all right, everyone clap now. Yeah. Everyone laugh, haha. They'll show those signs. That's what they want.
It's unbelievable, bro. And it just drives me crazy. And listen, as a Democratic, the DNC, I know she's in cahoots with them. Somebody in the DNC needs to go to Hillary and go, listen, bitch, we don't need you. And nobody likes you. Nobody, I'm with her. Get that sticker off your car if you have that.
They can't do that, man. The Clintons are putting too much blood, sweat, and tears for that
They've given too much blood or they've taken blood?
Both. That's what's fighting.
We're talking about abortions hurting women. Imagine the amount of bodies that lady's got hurting her in her soul when she sleeps at night.
What's funny is that during that interview, she says, to have someone lie to the American people.
Yeah.
Oh. And I was just like, we have evidence that you lied to the American people. We have evidence that you literally helped with this entire Russia collusion and nothing happened to you.
She's untouchable, bro.
Dare you?
You gotta listen. Hats off to the Democrats, because I'm gonna say this. Republicans, the most do nothing, sitting on your head. But listen, Democrats get away with whatever they want, and that's why I think they're all on the same team. The Republicans, not just. They just had the heel, and nothing happens. And I'm going to quote the late, great comedian, my favorite comedian of all time, George Carlin. And you know what he said? It's a big club, and you ain't in it. Yeah. Me and you are not in the big club. But, dude, I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I don't vote. Fuck all of them. But it just drives me crazy. I'm going to sound like a broken...
I think you hit something on the head, though, when you said the Democrats, and a lot of Democrats, I'm not going to say all Democrats, but most of these people don't do anything. They don't have a job. They've never contributed anything to society like a Trump or a PBD, for that matter, that have built a multi-million-dollar figure business and employed many people, understand that I need to eat, my hundreds of employees need to eat, and all of this. They eat, these Democrats and these politicians eat based on what they go up on a stage and tell you all the time. So they have a vested interest in making sure that you feel pleased and that you feel appeased by the situation, even when it's a lie, even when it's a conniving scheme, and they have to lace their pockets some way by going to their donors and these lobbyists. And it's just I can't trust somebody who doesn't have a real job.
Well, none of them do, but I mean, that's Republicans.
That's my biggest issue.
I take offense to that.
Maybe, but I can't trust somebody who doesn't have a real job and a real income and a real business. Because you don't know what it is to build something from scratch in the first place.
When they say lobbying, because you know what lobbying is, right? They're like, they're begging for money. They're like, listen, you do this, we'll give you this. It ain't a job. You're drinking at a bar.
For instance, like the FDA, right? So, for instance, like the FDA is one of those things. The Food and Drug Administration isn't out to make sure that we're okay and that we're healthy.
Hell no.
The Food and Drug Administration was created by the egg industry and the dairy industry back in, I think, like the 19-somethings for the actual businesses, the business owners and the farmers, not for the people that were actually consuming the food.
Hell no.
No, they don't give a
So
shit
their
about that.
interest is not to make sure that we as consumers are good and are healthy. It's to make sure that they don't get in any trouble.
Of course. Dude,
just like them approving ivermectin now.
Yeah.
Now for COVID.
Yeah, you
it's
just
like, are you serious? You could have saved so many different lives.
You just nailed it. It's like I told my mom this yesterday. The CDC and the WHO, we've weaponized them, dude. Now, I mean, because of COVID, whatever they say, you gotta do. And going to my point about the Republicans not doing anything.
Democrats.
I mean, sorry. The Democrats are G's. The Republicans are there for the illusion that there's two sides. Think about this. This is the Republicans not doing anything. Did they do anything about Bill Clinton flying to the Epstein Island? How many times? Did Hillary Clinton get in trouble? Did they do anything about that? Did Fauci? How many times did Comey lie? How many times did Dr. Fauci? I just read that Dr. Fauci and one other guy got like a couple $100 million because of
residuals.
Because residuals from COVID. And when he's in front of Congress, he's like, yeah. It's in the loophole, and I'm fine with it. And it's like, here's my question: how many whistles have to be blown? How many smoking guns is it going to take for the people? I want to ask all of you, Kelly, you too. Do you guys think we're going to do anything? The people are ever going to rise? You first, Christy. I mean, do you genuinely think like we're going to do something?
I have hope. I think there's going to be an uprising of some sort. All I'm saying is that there's another indictment of Trump right now, so something's going to happen with Hunter Biden, and nothing's going to happen.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So, yeah.
Dodge, what do you think? Be honest. Do you think are you indifferent about the whole situation, or are you seeing, Dodge, that the one side is literally going after their political opponent by doing all this shit because it's 1 year, mind you, all this stuff happens a year before elections, just like COVID, just like indictments, just like all these investigations.
There's a reason that I vote for the Libertarian Party as often as I can, because the deep corruption is so prevalent in both sides. I mean, both Trump and Clinton were close friends, or at least decent friends. Clinton more so, but both of them had deep connections with Jeffrey Epstein. Then Trump talks about finding 11,000 ransom votes, and it doesn't seem like they have a ton of credibility to attack the Clintons, who are as corrupt as they could ever be. 100%. I'm not saying that, but I think there will be a mass uprising. Again, I mentioned this last week. RFK is quickly accumulating support because he's separate from both of the corrupt big party institutions. So I think they'll rise up, and I hate to say it, but throw both the Trumps and the Clintons out of there.
Listen, I'm all for new blood. I'm all for term limits and both. Like that's why, like a Vivek, that's like the ideal guy. I don't know about the history, the Soros, the money, and all that stuff. But anyway, Dodge, take that water bottle and move it closer to your closer or away. Yeah, there you go. Okay, all right, guys. Good talk. We're gonna have one more quick topic I want to hit. Kelly, can you bring this up, my love? The fires in Hawaii. I'm pretty sure everybody's been seeing this. It's been the talk of the news. I mean, for the people, not so much for the government. So far, the death toll is 100, and 100 are missing. $5.5 billion in damage. An entire neighborhood of children dead. The day the fires were at their worst, the Biden administration asked for how many billions of dollars to send to Ukraine, which I think is one of the biggest slaps in the face, but beyond the slap in the face is the kick in the nuts. And the other day, Biden's walking out and they're like, hey, anything to say about the fires or anything? He's like, no comment. No comment, couldn't give a shit. He's on vacation, doesn't give two shits. And there's been a bunch of stories surrounding this story. I hate when people say conspiracy or something. I saw, and Kelly's gonna show this video, but I've seen fires. I lived in California. I've seen war-torn cities. I've seen bombs go off. I've seen a lot of shit. Kelly's gonna show this clip of what. Look at the devastation of this place. Have you ever seen a car burn like that during a fire? Go ahead, play it, Kelly.
Only in TV.
Yeah, look, and there's gonna be a dead dog. So if you're kind of queasy and you love dogs, look at that. That looks like Baghdad.
Looks like a video game.
Look, doesn't it? And look at the dog. Have you ever seen a dog like just frozen like that?
That's insane.
Look at that. Look. That looks fake. It looks fake. It looks like a dog from No Country for Old Men. It looks like a prop. I've never seen that before. So it's kind of weird. There's a couple of things surrounding this. Number one, I guess mainstream media is not going to report this, but Maui has the largest emergency alert system in the world, and for some crazy reason, it didn't activate that day. No schools were in that day. When the fires hit, for some reason, no kids were in school.
There's a famous news story where they accidentally tested it like 2 years ago, Hawaii.
Oh, really?
And they said there was a bomb, and everybody got really scared, and they said, oh, they were just testing their emergency system. And that was a big story 2 years ago. And then, even though they tested the emergency system, it didn't go off.
And it doesn't go. And by the way, it's always, and I'm not being a conspiracy theorist guy, but isn't it weird? Anytime something crazy happens, they're like, oh, you know what? The alarms they just didn't work. Oh, Epstein, the cameras. What? Yeah, right. They weren't on today, guys. There's always something fishy. And mind you, I'm gonna go to conspiracy from what I've been hearing from people is that these are residents from Maui. They're trying to do a land grab and they've been trying to do it forever. And apparently, the day after all these fires and everything settled, real estate people were calling these homeowners and trying to buy the land. Is that insane? And then, by the way, Oprah Winfrey, who was like really involved, she was there. She just bought 900 acres of land in Maui a couple months ago. Random. Joey looked it up. These are just all weird. Mind you, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm a coincidence theorist. And Maui's completely on. It's finished, right? Guess whose mansions weren't touched? Oprah Winfrey, Jeff Bezos, Lady Gaga, Bill Gates, Morgan Freeman, Will Smith, Julia Roberts, and the list goes on and on. And mind you, the response from from America, that's an American state, bro. Joe Biden released $700 they're gonna give. They're recommending to each household. I don't have a house, bro. What's $700 gonna do? And you know what?
Sounds like East Palestine.
If I was Richard Beeson, the mayor of Maui, guess what you do? Self-identify Maui as Ukraine, and guess what? The money will start rolling in.
Bro.
State identify, right? Yeah, state identify, and the money will come in. And by the way, the water system didn't work. By the way, you're surrounded by water. You're surrounded by water, and your water system fails.
Man.
How does that happen?
My heart goes out to these people, but I was really confused a little bit because I was watching like videos like on Instagram and stuff. And one of the videos is like this couple, they're terrified, they're trying to get away, and they're like, go drive. But literally on this right-hand side is the fire. On the left-hand side is literally a beautiful beach.
Oh my God, it's
and
so
bad. And I was just thinking to myself, like,
Bizarre.
why not get out the car and walk into the ocean?
People are afraid of losing their possessions, their
100%.
lives,
There's been looting. Kelly, you're right, because there's been looting and everything. People are looting and doing, obviously that comes.
No, but I mean, if you're trying to escape the fire, why not just walk into the water? I was a little confused.
I did see a bunch of people in the water.
What pissed me off a second ago was the Biden situation. Like, you're giving these people $700, but you're giving Ukraine billions.
And it was the same day that the fire hit, he was requesting $24 million for Ukraine.
And
what are you doing?
State. It's our people.
It's our people. Hawaii is a state. It's the 50th state. What the hell?
I'm starting to fully believe that the America First movement is what he is anti. I think Biden 100%. Is anti-America First.
Beautiful.
Because you, for some reason, seem like you just love to ignore the American people's needs 100%. And concerns continuously, from the East Palestine situation to this situation, and all this pushing of the trans movement. I don't think that's in the favor of the people. Maybe somebody could argue that, but I don't feel that way.
The border wide open. And Mayorkas, he just doesn't answer any questions.
There's a lot of anti-America First things going on in the Biden administration, and that pisses me off more than anything, because you, as my elected president, should be always putting the American people first every single time.
Beautiful. Yep, exactly. Guys, I feel you 100%, Shamari. All right, guys, we gotta go. We gotta move quick. We're gonna go to our next segment. One of my favorite. I was looking at the wrong camera. One of my favorite segments. He's an international man of mystery, sex icon, and his dog name is down there. We might see name after. We're gonna move on to my favorite segment. Dodge this.
Got the music this time.
Why is there 5 minutes on the top?
Yeah, I don't know what that wasn't me.
What is that?
That's bizarre.
What is that? That was weird. What was that? All right.
Who cares? Weird 5 minutes. That's what my girlfriend tells me. You got 5 minutes.
Yep, there's 5 more minutes left in the show.
All right, Dodge. Snap. Tell us what's happening in the world, Dodge.
Quite a bit. We were talking about news a lot, so we'll continue, but some interesting non-political stuff happening as well.
Okay, let's go.
So we'll start with Wayne Brady. Wayne Brady has officially come out as pansexual, meaning he is attracted to the mind instead of looks and gender. Fans are still waiting for him to come out as white.
That's my boy, Dodge.
Wayne Brady's gonna have to choke somebody.
That's hilarious.
Is Wayne Brady gonna have to choke a bitch?
Yeah, choke a bitch.
I think so.
Yeah.
Gwyneth Paltrow is renting out her mounted home as an Airbnb for one night in a promotional effort for her Goop products. And you'll even get to have dinner with the famed actress herself. However, you won't come back alive if you accept her offer to go skiing.
You heard, like, she almost killed the guy with her skiing.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, Christie knows all.
Christie, she
knows all about that. That's the irony.
We'll talk about what you get back.
She wrote quite the opus about it.
Yeah.
Michael Orr, the inspiration for the popular Blind Side film, is suing the family that supposedly adopted him, saying he was under a restrictive financial conservatorship, where royalties from the film were kept hidden. In their defense, the adopted parents said his blackness made their house depreciate significantly in value.
It depreciated.
Sell it off.
Look at that graphic. Look at the graphic. Look at that graphic. That is so freaking funny.
Oh,
dude.
my gosh.
All right, go ahead.
That was a good.
I love it.
That was a good
pick
one.
you got. Sorry, I messed up on the pun, but you got
all
the
good.
picture. Long-term studies reveal that those taking Ritalin to combat their ADHD have experienced long-term damage to their self-esteem. As someone who went to special ed and took Ritalin for a number of years, I finally know why I hate my disgusting ginger self so much.
Is your self-esteem's down, Dodge?
What's up?
Does it mess with your self-esteem?
Yeah, I hate myself.
Okay.
Every day.
Then guess what?
I try to kill myself.
That's a true story.
I try to abort myself every day.
Dodge, you look like a stud in that photo. Look at you.
There you go. That was me doing the TV news in Midland,
You look like
Texas.
a freaking stud. I bet you were just slanging that dick over there.
Oh my God.
Oh,
I wish. That was in Midland, Texas. Actually, a friend of mine who was an anchor asked me to give him a shout-out, so shout-out to Eric Dean.
Eric,
and we
what's
worked
up,
together
baby?
when I
What's
wore
up,
this
Eric?
suit.
All right, Dodge, keep it going.
So I got to say I love him. And as Hunter Biden's plea deal falls apart, his attorney has suddenly left him largely alone at a crucial time in his life. When Hunter's previously unclaimed daughter was reached for comment, she said, "OMG, same." Now he knows how it feels.
Dodge, killing it.
So cute.
Dodge, that's fucking so funny. That's her. She's cute, but you know what? He doesn't give a shit about her.
She's a cutie pie. It's
He's
kind of
Hunter
mean,
Biden.
although
He's
I
doing
can relate
crack.
with daughters floating around. The star of the new Back to the Future Broadway musical shared a moment backstage where Michael J. Fox surprised him on opening night and chatted about his approach to playing Marty McFly. Unfortunately, due to Fox's condition, 5 sentences took 3 hours and the actor missed the entire play.
Oh, no.
Couldn't spit it out.
Oh, man. I love Marty McFly.
Spit it out.
That's my favorite movie of all time.
Fucked up,
All
but
time,
so
Back to the Future.
funny.
It's
dude.
my
That's
favorite
so-
movie, actually, to be fair.
But that's
so I
so
feel like
I heard
I've
the
watched
got a
it
lot
musical's
in
good.
common, Dodge.
I heard the musical's good.
Great
Oh,
minds
really?
think alike.
Yeah.
We do.
They probably made
Not that
everybody
anyone
get the
cares,
vaccine.
but-
Yeah, go ahead, Dodge.
Ashley Olsen, remember her? The Olsen
Oh,
twins
wow.
became a mother for the first time, welcoming a baby girl into the world. Olsen said her daughter was too fat and has already begun teaching her babies to stick her fingers down her throat.
Oh,
Like mother, like daughter.
The baby's trying to be ripped.
Intermittent
Great
fasting.
thing you found, Vinny.
Intermittent fasting. Oh, that's so funny. Oh my God. All right, go ahead.
what is that?
And
That's messed up, but it's funny.
Last one.
Last one.
We're an equal opportunity offender here. Donald Trump joked around with his audience, asking them not to call Governor Christie a fat pig, seemingly out of nowhere. Trump made this comment while shoving another Big Mac down his pie hole.
Let's go, Dodge. Let's
my
dodge
guy.
this,
Thank
baby.
you. Let's dodge this.
I really do like Trump, man. I always have.
No, he's a
Always
good.
have.
Anybody that eats Big Macs like that, I respect all of them. All right, Dodge. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'd like to shift gears right now for our last segment, and that is called Venting with Vinnie. All right, guys. So, and Kelly, if you can bring this story up. A supermarket, you guys know, I didn't tell you guys about this.
No.
A supermarket in Austria shut down this week after a venomous Brazilian wandering spider was spotted. Shut down because guess what the spider causes when it bites you? Painful erections. Dodge, pay attention.
Okay.
Yeah,
I can use that as a selling
People
point.
were told to leave, but here's my thing. You know for a fact when people started hearing about this, older guys,
You
they
wrecked
were
out
just
this-
like, they don't want to spend money on Viagra. They were just like, hey, what's happening? By the way, what the hell?
It doesn't sound like a problem. That sounds like
where these spiders
at?
Where they at?
And you get an erection for like a long. I'm not even joking. They had to shut it down.
Where is that at?
It's in Austria, but it's a Brazilian.
I'm gonna bang these spiders.
Can you imagine? Could you imagine getting rushed to the ER and you come in and you're like, and they're like, what happened? Like the Cialis? You're like, no, Brazil. What happened? Spider at the supermarket, and they're like, sure.
I don't know.
Sure.
So you no longer turn into Spider-Man. Now you
you get boner guy. You're boner man.
I don't know, man. I think that's one of the times Pornhub comes right in handy.
Oh, no.
Well, I mean, think about it. You got to release.
Head tie, it's all about spiders and women. And
oh, Lord.
Whoa, what the hell does that even mean?
Oh, Lord,
But what is it called when you can't get it? Erectile dysfunction?
ED?
If I had ED, I would not spend $1 on Viagra or Cialis. I would have one of these fucking spiders in a little cage, and if a girl's like, hey, baby, you ready to get down? I'm like, yeah.
Give me a second.
Yeah, she's like, but it's painful.
Oh, no.
What kind of, why would God...
But isn't too much Viagra painful?
I have taken Viagra before. Mind you, I can't.
It was for science purposes.
It was for science, obviously. But I'm screwed. I could never, ever do it. I took one. I turned like red, like that is tied.
Yeah, it gives you a cold.
It gives you a cold?
It gives me a runny nose. And gives me a cold. Makes it worth it, though. Still, who cares?
You're too young for
Why go 30 minutes when you can go 3 hours?
Yeah, but dude, one of my friends took one of those like
the rhino.
You ever walk into like a gas station and there's just a line of these, and it's just like a rhino. That's my friend took it and was rushed to the hospital where he almost had a heart attack.
What was it? His heart.
Sorry,
he almost had a heart attack, and the girl was like, should I just we rushed the ER? She's like, should I just stay here? I'm like, he'll be back.
I used to sell them.
You used to sell rhino pills?
Yeah. Remember, how on our what's it called, our first staff meeting, they said what's like a job you hated or a job you liked?
Please don't tell me.
That was one of.
What were you slinging dick pills?
No, I used to work at a XXX spot.
Oh,
and
really?
So I used to sell like dildos,
Shamari,
stripper poles, these dick pills, all of this stuff. I used to sell all of this stuff. I was like a top salesman too.
Can I ask you a question? Do those things work as well?
Double fake asses.
Dodge, ask.
Do those things work like the juice and the testosterone stuff and the over-the-counter sex stuff? Do they work like even half as well as like Viagra or Cialis?
For science.
Based on what I studied from it, it's like every other pill. It doesn't work if your diet is fucked up and all these other things are messed up. But if you're drinking a lot of water and you have a fairly healthy diet, yeah, they work very well.
It's wow. All right, note to self. Do you have the names of the products?
Rhino 7. Rhino 7. That's probably one of the best ones that we have. Rhino 7000, I think.
Oh, God. All right.
So I can't go to Mexico and just buy it over the counter.
Now you can just go ahead and store here.
Long, painful erection stories aside. Last one, Kelly, just really, really fast. Can we do it? No, the Biden photo? Just that photo. Oh, yeah. So I don't know if you guys saw this. This happened a couple days ago. The Biden administration accidentally tweeted Joe's tweet from Karine Jean-Pierre's Twitter.
What?
Kelly, can you show it? This was, so by the way, this is Karine Jean-Pierre. She's what is she? Press secretary of the White House? She tweeted this and then deleted it. She goes, investing in America means investing in all of America. When I ran for president, I made a promise that I would leave no part of the country behind. And they deleted it. So you know what that goes to show you? What a complete shit show this administration is. They delete it, and here's the problem. Shamari, guys, my last point. This is going back to what I said about the other side is just all blah, 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 blah. You're seeing, he's not even tweeting his own, which I know, I'm not stupid.
Well, that's why he said no comment on the Hawaii thing. There were like 3 options. One, his handlers didn't tell him or didn't give him a prep as to like what to say, so he was like no comment. 2, he has no idea what's going on. He does not know what's happening in Maui. Or 3, they're hiding something, and it's definitely, I think, the first one for that one.
Yeah, he doesn't know what's going on, man, and that's kind of obvious to see. He's got a staff for that, and if she's not ready to talk about it, then he's not ready to talk about it.
Did you say kind? He's kind of not there. He's like,
I think he's kind of there because
no, I don't think so, Kelly.
He's not there because any sane person that is representing a country would go into his little file politician brain and go, I feel very horrible about what's happening in Maui. Our thoughts and prayers are with them.
Right. At least
plain and simple.
You have a marketing degree.
Statement for that. The fact that you can't even say that shows me that he doesn't have the mental capacity, that he's our president who is a puppet because he cannot say anything from himself, his heart, his brain, unless it's coached for him, written down for him, or whispered in his ear.
Yeah, and no, because mind you, hold on. Donald Trump did a video where there's a flag, and he's Donald Trump is giving messages, and he's not even the president.
Donald Trump, though, is one of the best marketers of all time. Yeah, Kelly's got a marketing degree. Yeah, this guy is one of those Democrats I was talking about that has done nothing in life other than be a politician.
No, listen to me, and that's why. Last point. Going back to Trump, and can you believe Joe Biden? That everybody hated. Obama hates him. Hillary, they all think he's a buffoon. You know that. None of them ever liked him, ever, period. He got more votes than the first black president ever in the history of the world. Hold on. That's impossible. And think about everything that happened. Think about this. This is my last point before we go, because I know we're running over. Think about this. A guy that was an enemy to China, that held China accountable. Mind you, Joe Biden, China loves Joe Biden so much that they could fly spy balloons back and forth over nuclear missile bases, and guess what? We're like, nah, we're Gucci, let them go. That's ridiculous, okay? So in his pocket, 100%, Joe Biden has no idea what the hell is going on, bro. I don't care what anybody says. He's completely lost. He doesn't give a shit. Kelly's right. All he had to say is this: hey, God bless all of you. I'm sorry for everybody's death. Something has to happen. Something. Okay? It just drives me crazy. Yo, guys, bring up Dodge's dog really fast before we go, because we got to go.
Bring him up. Oh, my goodness.
Look at Name. Can we get him in that shot?
He's a potato, guys.
Look at Name. Look at him. Look at him. Go sit with your daddy.
Hi.
Look at him. I love him.
Guest.
All right, now which shot?
Great angle. Okay, Josh, don't make out with the dog now.
I just want to say, guys, now that we solved the world's problems, I want to say to everybody, I love you guys to death. Take care of each other. We'll be back next week. Oh my gosh, and so Vincent Oshana, Shamari, CNS, Christie Pradas, Dodge Landesman, Kelly Arnold's in the house, everybody on production. I love you guys to death. Guys, take care of each other, and we'll see you next week. Peace and love. We're out. Bye. Bye.